Hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another 40k show. Another Wednesday live stream for all you beautiful humans on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new because you've started to hang out with us because of all of our new World Eaters content, welcome, welcome, welcome. We've had like 60 subs in the last 24 hours just because we did a World Eaters battle report, which is amazing. So, hello everybody. Welcome back to the stream. If you're new, please don't forget to hit all those magical YouTube buttons, all the algorithm buttons that make the algorithm gods happy with us. The like, the subscribe, the bell, etc. Do all the things. Do all the things for us, please, please, please. And welcome. Tonight we're going to be talking about Codex World Eaters. There's a ton of content that we're doing at the moment about World Eaters, but it's because they're currently the new hot shit, right? So it kind of makes sense. We did our first ever game with Codex New World Eaters last night live on stream. The video's still there. We didn't put it out for members only. We put it out for everybody. So if you've missed it, you can go and watch it on demand, whether you're a member or not. And then you can have a look at how World Eaters performed in their first ever game of Tempest of War on our channel. Tomorrow night, we're probably going to chuck them out there in Arcs of Omen Grand Tournament Mission Pack to see how they do. But I'm not sure yet. We'll have a think about that one. We're going to talk about something that's been bandied about quite a lot, actually, since we did the Codex review on Saturday and we did the Liam and Joe show yesterday. So Liam and Joe show yesterday, we talked about why I was angry about Angron. Okay, we're not going to dwell on that tonight. Tonight, what we're going to talk about is whether Codex World Eaters is, in fact, a peek into 10th edition 40k. What do I mean by that? Well, we all kind of know that 10th edition is coming soon. I say kind of know, not officially confirmed, but we're hitting the end of the Codex releases. We're hitting the end of content releases. They've started chucking out supplements. It's a traditional Games Workshop move before a new edition comes. And it's also been heavily rumoured by certain individuals that we are, in fact, going to have 10th edition later on this year. And some of those individuals don't typically get things wrong and have some pretty reliable sources. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we are, in fact, going to get 10th edition at the middle end of this year. Sometime this year, 10th edition is coming. And the reason why I'm wondering whether Codex World Eaters is a peek into 10th edition is because actually I think if we look at Codexes in this edition currently, World Eaters is wildly different to almost anything we've seen. I'll elaborate a little bit more in just a moment, but I will be asking you beautiful people what you think about it. As always, if you want to support the stream, if you want to support the channel, you can do that in a multitude of ways. If you're not a member already, think about becoming a member, ! Member in the chat, come and hang out with us. And then you get to join us in the Great Hall Discord server, which is full of absolutely incredible people. If you've got something to say, stick it on a big, bright, shiny, colourful, powerful postcard. Or a super chat, as more normal people like to call them. Or Joe calls them telegrams. He likes Telegram, Joe.
He calls them a telegram.
He likes Telegram. So stick them on a Telegram if you want to. Nice, big, shiny postcard for us. And we'll get to your questions. Chat box on all the time tonight because I don't feel like I just need to talk at you for 20 minutes first. Or if you've got nothing to say but you still want to donate and you're already a member, you can of course gift memberships as well. So gift memberships. And all the beautiful grey names who are hanging out in chat who haven't got a membership because they're cheap, they get to come and join in with all the members only stuff as well, right? And Joe and I have today been talking about potentially even more members only content in the future. We're even talking about Joe paint streams in the daytime.
Ooh. To be
like
fair,
literally just a slither of an idea today. It's nothing's confirmed.
But to be fair, I had a couple of people approaching me at Great Hall Gathering in December asking about is Joe our only painter?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So I was like, he's over there, go and ask him.
Well, Joe in Siege, but yes.
Yeah.
So if you did watch last night's content, World Eaters versus Leagues of Votann, nearly 2,000 points of World Eaters on the table, 2,000 points of Votann on the table, 4,000 points of Warhammer on the table, all painted by Joe. All
Amazing.
of it. Yeah, he's an absolute trooper.
I won't believe 10th is coming until I see an awesome cinematic trailer for it. Smiley face.
Fair. I think it is coming though. Big shout out to Yeston, who's already started us off by gifting a membership. One gifted membership straight away. I've been watching Call of Duty streamers. Their audience is mental. Like crazy. I watched one stream the other day, and within the space of the first, by the way, chat, this isn't a comparison, I'm not expecting anything. In the space of the first 20 minutes, he had 340 new members. I was like, that cost me a fucking fortune. I don't know.
I'd be chatting on there like, you're all supposed to be at work. Busted.
Busted. Yeah, so potentially more content coming soon, right? Jojo on his own stream would be epic, says Dave.
Good evening, you beautiful bearded man hooked.
I don't know what that last word means, talk, but welcome. How you doing, man?
A man hooped.
A man hook. I think it made me meant to say man hulk.
Oh, yeah,
Man
I
hunk?
see it.
Man hulk?
I
Hulk?
see it, yeah.
Where's the J?
Warhammer World tomorrow. Bring on the beer and dice.
That sounds like a great way of spending a middle of the week Thursday, Painters. Hero. Thank you for the donations, heroes. Don't forget, I should say, that's the correct way around of saying it, that 10% of Super Chat revenue gets donated to charity every month, right? So, please, don't forget that.
Garsty's asking, do you know if you can donate subs from your phone now?
I did ask Joe if you know you can donate subs from your phone now. I didn't know that.
Luce, are you holding the door on the LVO Dreams? Please say yes.
I'm so sorry, Mandy. No, I'm not getting on a plane. I'm not going to Las Vegas.
No, she said, are you holding the door, keeping it closed?
Oh. No, you can go in 2026. You can go. Go and have the time of your life in 2026. All other LVO dates fall on my birthday. And there's not very many things I get to myself because I don't get my husband to myself most nights of the week because you have Jojo here and I will never be as sparkly as Jojo.
Fair.
So...
That's fair.
I'm sure you can wait until 2026. Can't you?
So apparently you can give memberships on your phone now, but someone said only on Android, apparently. Android only, though, not an iPhone. Not an iPhone yet. Not an Apple, you can't. Don't call me that, Rimney. That's not very nice. Rimney, are you going to tune in for tomorrow night's game, Rimney? Because I have that thing that you sent for tomorrow. This is only something that me and you understand, by the way. No one else will understand what I'm talking about. Right, so Codex World Eaters, right? I have mixed feelings on Codex World Eaters for the current edition and how it currently plays, okay? So I am sort of torn between it could have been great, it was nearly great, it's not that great, but it could have been great, and that's what kind of annoyed me. There's loads of content out there already about this. Like I said, Liam and Joe Show or the Codex Review, both those streams will tell you exactly how I feel about the Codex itself.
Here is your colourful postcard. Now Joe can get on with rebasing the dial. Smiley face.
Thanks, James, your hero. So for that particular opinion on the Codex, you can check out those particular streams. However, that's not what this stream is about. This stream is about whether this is a peek in, a window into what's coming. We have spoken at length on the channel, on streams, on videos, etc., about reports, about the complexities of Ninth and how I think it's slightly overcomplicated and different ways in which I think I would simplify it and how I would perhaps make it more accessible and more friendly to new users, right? I mean, that's not news to you people. However, this is the first time that I think we've seen Games Workshop actively try and simplify.
By 2026, they might have sorted out the terrain.
Why Hungry Bert? Was it bad? Was it a problem?
I thought you said Hungry Bear.
Hungry Bert. Was the terrain a problem? Have I missed something? Crisis, thank you for gifting membership. Heroes. Remember the days when everyone just gifted 5?
No, they're on about because I'm not letting you out to play at LVO until 2026. So I'm assuming this year they had something wrong with their terrain, and by 2026, LVO's terrain.
Yeah, but I didn't know that the terrain was a problem this year. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I didn't know it was an issue.
I should really work on my multitasking skills.
I peeked in the window and all I got was a stick magazine. Hey, what? I'm sorry for... where are we?
Paint with Joe, cozy, beardy, and with a constant look of fear.
That's Joe's
I'd tune
face.
in for that.
All I got was sticky magazine. Brilliant. Okay, I've got that one now. Jill, thank you. I'm not...
You'll be fine, Liam. 2026. Just got to get through 3 epidemics, 2 economic crashes, and an angry goat saying custodies.
It's the angry goat I fear the most, Ozzy, out of all those things. But you're not incorrect. You're not incorrect at all.
Yeah.
So I think with Codex what it is, it's the first time we've seen Games Workshop actively try and simplify a book. I actually genuinely believe they've tried to simplify a book. And what do I mean by this? Okay, so if we take every other codex that exists currently, or pretty much every other codex that exists currently, we have wild layers of complexity, from 6 to 9 warlord traits, to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 pages of stratagems, to 2 to 3 to 4 pages of relics, wild amounts of things. And realistically, if we're all pretty honest with ourselves, on the whole, actually, specifically on the tournament scene anyway, we typically don't see use out of all of those things. So if you look at 20 relics in a book or 10 relics in a book, normally you're going to see 1 to 2 relics unless you're playing narrative people who get to pick their one that they think is the coolest for their particular model. For example, Astra Militarum, the relic banner at the moment, you're going to see it everywhere all the time. Gatekeeper's another one that you see very, very commonly, right? And so I think GW may have gone, okay, well, people are only using 3 or 4 relics, but people are only using 2-3 warlord traits, but we want to make it a challenge as to which ones they pick out of the ones that are available. And we also don't want to see everyone spending all the CP all the time on relics and warlord traits is what I'm getting from it. If you then take those warlord traits relics and you take those 6 pages of stratagems and you take the army special rule and the army standard rule, so legion traits and super doctrines and all that kind of stuff, and you start layering all on top of each other and adding in the data sheets along with the core rules, actually it can become really messy and it can become quite hard to understand, and it can become quite hard to work out what's going on and how it's going on and where things are working. Like, it's just complexity for the sake of complexity.
Alright pal and loose, sorry but I can only give you 50% tonight as I'm having a bit of success on Hinge. I can't mug her off for your beard, no offensive.
Dare I ask what the hell Hinge is?
What do you mean? I'm having a bit of success on Hinge and I can't mug her off. I mean,
What?
I can't mug her off, Luce.
What
that
is
probably
it?
tells you what Hinge is. It rhymes with something anyway.
No! Oh no!
Anyway. So if you look at something like, for example, we look at the AdMech Codex, right? The AdMech Codex, you need a degree to be able to run that book. It's very hard. It's very complicated. There's lots of layers to it. It's particularly difficult. You need loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of rules to layer up to get it to work. And if you mismove or you do something slightly incorrectly on the tabletop, actually it can really harm you. And it can create a real shitty feels bad moment when you've gone, well, I thought I knew the book well, and I've made one mismove, one misdeploy, and suddenly it doesn't work, right? And it's just not working at that point. So what I think they've done with Codex World Eaters, and I do genuinely, honestly believe that this is aimed at 10th edition specifically, is they've gone, let's strip it back without removing, and this is something I think they have done well. I actually applaud them for this. Before we go into this, before you think I'm going to go into another rant, I'm actually quite positive about this on the whole, right? So I think they've stripped it back, but without removing the flavour from the Codex. They've actually kept it quite simple, kept the flavour on the whole in, despite the fact that I'm angry about how many data sheets that they've removed. And we've still given you some options. So we looked yesterday at the warlord traits, the named characters warlord traits, the relics, and the stratagems. Now there is a couple of, for me personally, there's a couple of swings and misses in this book, but on the whole it's positive, right? So let's have a look at it, right? Warlord traits. There's 3 warlord traits. None of them are terrible. However, there's also 3 named character warlord traits. None of them are terrible. The difference between that and a current codex, I say a current codex, it's soon to be a current codex, but the difference between that and previous codexes is once you've selected your warlord and you've paid your CP from Arcs of Omen to make him the warlord and give him a warlord trait, you have no access to any other stratagems to give yourself another warlord trait. There is no way of giving yourself another warlord trait. That's not possible. There is a thing if you take Disciples of the Red Angel, where if you take Angron as your warlord, which you have to, and he gains his warlord trait, you gain a buff, a boon, something that you could put on a unit of 8 bound, which is kind of like a second unit, a second warlord trait. It doesn't cost a CP. There's no stratagem for, and 1 extra character can have a warlord trait, but if you spend another CP, 2 extra, like none of that. Okay. Equally with relics, it tells you specifically that if you run a World Eaters detachment, you can take a relic from the relics list. There's only 3 available to standard World Eaters. There's another 3 available to Disciples of the Red Angel. Nonetheless, 3 for one, 3 for the other, depending on which particular detachment you're using, depends on which ones you get access to. They're all pretty good, and none of them are terrible. I had a choice to make last night between -1 to wound and between 6s to hit explode, and I picked the latter. Nonetheless, none of them are terrible. And once you've selected your relic, you do not get access to another one. There's no stratagems. There's no CPs. There's no ways of bringing in more relics. Okay? There's no ways of doing that. And I, for one, think that is monumentally positive. I have in the past said that I do think relics should cost points, and I still think relics should cost points. That's not something that's going to change anytime soon. But on the whole, I think it's positive. You get 1 warlord trait, you get 1 relic per army. And I'm genuinely really hoping that in the future, that's what we see for every codex. You can take 1 warlord trait, 1 relic. I would like Games Workshop to come out and say, actually, take additional relics, take additional warlord traits. We're deleting them from the book. So you'd only get your Arcs of Omen Warlord trait and your Arcs of Omen Relic. I would like to see them do that, genuinely. I want them to do that now. Now we move on to stratagems. So depending on which attachment you get, you only get 8 stratagems. You only get 8, right? And actually, realistically, 5 to 6 of them are very, very good. Which I would rather have 8 stratagems that are good than 40 stratagems where 10 are good and the rest are bad. I would rather just have 8 that are good. It's easier for me. It's easier. Like last night, we got to a third to halfway through the game, I think, maybe just over that. And I handed my rules to Joe because we had a knobhead in chat. I handed my rules over to Joe and I didn't really need them again because I'd already read them a few times that evening. And I was then able to run a new codex on stream without having the rules in front of me. We talked loads about accessibility. Is that not great accessibility for a new player? Hey, you're going to have access to stratagems. There's command points in the game and you can use them. There's just 8. And here's my 8 and you can read them. You can read 8 stratagems in 5 minutes. So if you come to the tabletop for a competitive game or a pickup game and you're playing an army you've never played before, you can skim 8 stratagems in 10 minutes and go, roughly, I know what you can do with your stratagems. There's no feels bad moments. There's no gotcha moments then. That's really, really positive. I'm all about that. We move into data sheet. There is a swing and a miss, like Smokescreen. I don't want chod stratagems like Smokescreen in the World Eaters book when you could have had something more narrative, and something like Smokescreen should arguably just become a core rulebook stratagem. Now, what I would do is I would increase the core rulebook stratagems by another, say, 5, 6 stratagems. So you've got perhaps 10 to 15 core rulebook, perhaps 8 on your own. That's you done, right? That's perfect. We then move into army mechanic, blood tithe. And we move into Legion trait. Legion trait's super easy. +1 attack, +1 strength. Nothing complicated. Nothing too complicated, super easy, right? They've actually kept it the same for both attachments as well, which is also amazing. Keeping it the same for both attachments is also a great move.
How is the Leagues of Votan going game-wise?
Well, they were doing really well, Dork, until we gave them to Brom. I was winning almost every game with them, and then we gave them to Brom, and that's how we've nerfed them. So both Disciples of the Red Angel and World Eaters as traits both get +1 attack, +1 strength on the charge if they're charged or perform a heroic intervention. If I start switching between the two, I don't have to worry about the Legion trait changing. I'm actually positive about that. I like that. Blood Tithe, very, very simple mechanic. You score some points if things die or things are killed, all right? If you kill things or things are killed, you score points. You can spend points, and they are there for the rest of the battle on every single unit. So you haven't got to pick your 3rd core unit on the 4th moon. They're just there for the rest of the game. They last. You've spent 2 of your blood tithe points. You get to 5 up, feel no pain against mortal wounds for the rest of the battle. Easy. Like, it's not hard to learn. Then we go to data sheets. We've got rid of Hateful Assault with +1 attack. We've just put more attacks on the profile. We've gone Warlord traits for specific name characters. You don't have to go, Khan has a Warlord trait. Go to the Warlord traits page. Find Khan's Warlord trait. See, like, it's just there on the data sheet. Hugely positive. I just think that in terms of simplicity, this codex has done very, very, very well at saying, look, everything's where you need it to be. They've kept Crusade at the end. Everything's where you need it to be. The rules are quite simple. They're not overwhelming, but there's enough to give you flavour. World Eaters still feel like, I think they're trying to make World Eaters feel like, despite the fact that I think narratively that's not quite right, but they are melee focused, a hard-hitting melee army, right? I think that's great. Everything there is great. Simplification is better than it ever has been before on other codexes, I think, on the whole. Stratagems are not overwhelming and easy for your opponent to get a grip of quite quickly. Warlord traits and relics are reduced. There's less of them. There's only 1 on each. Again, less gotcha moments, less complexity, less remembering who's got what relic, who's got what warlord trait, who's got this buff, who's got that buff. Right? You can only take 1 of each, and there's less of them, and they're all pretty good. This is just a really nicely done codex in that regards. However, if we look at everything that's gone before, it's wildly different to everything that's gone before. And so I personally do think this is a peak into 10th edition. And I think that potentially in the future, we're going to see them bring it right back down to how World Eaters are for almost every other codex. What I want to know from you, chat, and I know we've had some super chats already, and I'll get through all the gifted memberships in just a moment, but what I want to know from you, beautiful people, is whether you like it, hate it, whether you do or don't think it is a peak into 10th edition. And if you do think it's a peak into 10th edition, is it something that you welcome? Do you think this is a step in the right direction? Are we oversimplifying it for tournament players to make it more of a competitive sport, or is it just better accessibility overall? Things I want to know. Right, before we do that, jump into the members and stuff. So Crisis Gifted a member, we captured that one. Rosanero 7847 then became a member at Hasir tier, !Discord. You will better get yourself in the Great Hall now. You are a member. Come and hang out in Discord. You're a hero. If you want our members only content, you need to up it to Scold. If you want it, you don't have to have it. But if you want the members only content, most Tuesdays, you will need to be a step higher. And we are talking about more members only content. He then dropped in a gifted 10 memberships. Fucking legend.
Amazing.
I mean, what a hero, right? Then we had Tim gift another 10 memberships, and Tim is actually Tim has got one of the biggest penises in chat, Lise.
Massive member.
He's a massive member because he's an Acer. He's a massive member. If you know what an Acer is, you know that Tim is one of my favourite people in the world. And then James Snowgrove just became a member at Jarl. What y'all talking about? So that means that's Joe. Joe rubs off on me too much. That means, James, you'll get access to our Jarl's only giveaway every single month as well. We haven't done February's yet, so you'll be in with a chance for that one. I need to add 10, 20 to the 161. Thank you, people.
Is this the combat patrol box?
What, the Jarl's giveaway?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so the Jarl's only giveaway every single month. If you're a Jarl or above, every single month you can access a free giveaway in Discord just by clicking it once we launch it.
Yeah.
At that point, if it draws your name, you win a combat patrol box of your choice. We've just shipped one to America.
Yep, I've let him know.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I said,
yeah.
do you see what I did there? It's winging its way to you. Do you see that? Did you see it? It's good, isn't it?
I think that combat patrol box is going to see more of America this year than I am.
Well...
Which just makes me laugh. The Kira 25, love it. Hope to see more things like it for 10th edition. Talk says, do you think 10th will be a complete restart to 40k? Yes and no. So I think, Talk, my personal opinion is that the core rules will stay the same as what we've currently got, but we'll see all the codexes changed like World Eaters, thus bringing the complexity from here right down to here, because I actually believe that the core rule set's good. I genuinely think that the core rule set is very, very good.
Did the World Eaters get piece of terrain? Custode.
Who's Castode? Did the World Eaters get piece of terrain?
Don't look at me. I don't even
Do
play
you
it.
mean in their
idea.
codex did they get a piece of scenery? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? I feel that's what you're talking about. 100% step in the right direction, says Jill. Makes where are we? It's just skipped. Makes it more accessible and less likely that players will walk away if they aren't getting it straight away. Completely agree. Exactly. That's why I'm all for it. There are far too many stratagems and additional wall of traits and should just be character rules, e.g. selfless healer on apothecaries. Put those things on data sheets. 100%. Don't necessarily get rid of them. Put them on data sheets. Include them in points cost. 100%. That's what they should be doing.
I think GW has realized that current 40k players like playing named characters more versus make your own like old school 40k.
Yeah, I miss old school 40k. I miss old school 40k.
What's Jarl?
Nothing. What's y'all?
What?
We have tiers, right? So we have tiers. Tiers, I should say, on YouTube. Okay, we've got Hasir, Skald, Jarl, Thane, Acer. Okay, we've got 5 tiers. We not too long ago unlocked a 6th tier, and I haven't set one up yet because I haven't got the bollocks to ask for more than Acer, quite frankly. So, Hasir tier, our bottom tier, our our foot soldiers, we shall call them, rather than peasants. That's better. That peasants are free people, right? So our Hasir tiers are at 199. It's just Discord access, but it keeps out the rabble. It keeps out the lunatics.
Yeah, this is a sad fact that...
It is a sad fact.
Yeah.
And it's not a tier that's commonly used, which I'm fine with, but the sad fact is we have to use it to keep out the lunatics because otherwise we get trolls and arseholes in Discord.
It's a bit like when you see a puppy for free to a good home. Do not do it. I know it feels wrong to ask for money for a puppy, but there's
a lot less people that are prepared.
Angron thought, while he is underwhelming now, Maybe he will stay the same in 10th and therefore becomes good as they turn others back.
I'll get onto that in just a second. So yeah, so it is a sad fact. There's a lot less people that are prepared to pay £2 to come in and troll people. Still happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a thing, but it's significantly reduced, makes the mod's life easier. So that's why we have that tier, okay? £5 tier Scold. That's our kind of golden tier. It's the one that's the highest subscribed to. Gives you members only content every single Tuesday, unless there's a new release. We're looking at what we can add to that tier to encourage more and more and more of you to not rely on gifted memberships, but actually want to pay for it yourself and hang out with us, because the fucking roller coaster of memberships makes my arse significantly nervous at the end of each month, right?
That CP will def see more of America since I live in California. He'll miss giving WL traits / relics to more than one HQ for your neatness, but that's it.
Yeah, again, I'll get to your super chats, you beautiful people. I'm just trying to explain the tiers.
Would an old Berserker army work # get limped Olvo 24?
Yeah, I think it could. Redacted 83. I definitely think it could. Thanks for the hashtag as well. So Skull tier is our that's our kind of golden tier, I guess. Jarl tier is only £4 more, so we're talking $8.99, right? And it's just so if people wanted to give a little bit more support, you get access to another area in Discord, and then you also get access to a giveaway every month for a combat patrol box, and one person wins out of all of the Jarls and above. Then we've got the Thanes and the Aces, or the Lunatics, as I like to call them. Okay, so I was asked to make a higher tier at a high tier originally, and I made the Thanes at 45, and fucking Lunatics started actually becoming Thanes, so I made the only Thanes WhatsApp chat. It's for pictures of my feet and stuff, yeah.
I was going to say, it's still no dick pics.
Well, sometimes I just take the picture of a thumb and pretend. That's our only Thanes.
What, is that the forced perception?
And then, and then after only Thanes, people asked for a higher tier, and I was like, no one's doing that. So I created the Aces, which is a lot of money, and some people chose to subscribe at that tier as well. Lunatics. Yeah. They get a free event ticket every year to one of our events. Mm-hmm. So, crazy people. Right, let's get back to these super chats. So we started off with Grant, Angron Thought. So I said this last night. I think he's wildly underwhelming currently, and I don't think he's great in the current edition. However, if they do with the rest of the characters, Primarchs, armies, like they've done with World Eaters, and I think scale them right back and tone them right down, I actually think that he could be impressive. But I mean, let's face it, if we're talking about competitive 40k and not talking about just fun 40k, all big models, I said this last night on the stream, all big models will always be bad. They just will, because you just don't get as much for your points if you took multiple units, little units. You don't get as much utility, as much redundancy. Typically, you don't get as much survivability or firepower. It's just a fact. It's just one of those things we have to accept. So big toys like that are typically for fun, very rarely for actual competitive. Saying that, at our GTs, at the Factorum GTs that we run, and the RTTs, we see lots of these big models because people just want to bring them for fun, which is super cool. So I don't disagree. I think he could see an improvement just by being who he is when 10th comes and they start scaling codexes back. But at the moment, I'm not. He's just not for me. Rick, I agree with you to a point. I liked making cool character combos. But I love the fact now that we're going to see, I actually love the fact we're going to see one Warlord trait, one relic, right? I'm actually super positive by that. I think that the fact that you won't see 3 crazy characters, like Brom last night, he spent 4 CP before the game started on 2 Warlord traits, 2 relics. Now, he took a Warlord trait on his Forge Master. No, he took a Warlord trait on his High Card that allows him to give out 2 Judgment tokens in the command phase. And then he took another Warlord trait on his E-Champ because I told him he should, to ignore damage, caps, ignore feel no pains, and reroll wounds. Now, if we have one Warlord trait, he's got to pick between one of those. And both of those he used last night. Both of those he used. Relic-wise, we had the Exactor on the Hammerman, and then we had something else somewhere else. I can't remember what the other relic was we had, but he had 2 relics on the table. Again, he'd have to pick one of those. He can't have both. Or did he have 3 Warlord traits, 1 relic? Oh. No, I'm lying to you people. He actually had 3 Warlord traits. This is even more interesting. So he had High Carl's 2 Judgment token abilities, E-Champ's reroll wounds, ignore things that ignore damage, and we had the Forge Master, where he can heal 4 wounds a phase instead of healing 3 and turn damage to 0. So he loses 2 of those incredible things that Votann have if it goes down to one individual Warlord trait. actually scales Votan back. Fuck me, it scales Votan back, for Christ's sake. That's got to be positive, right? Got to be positive. Thane's feats are worth it, says Carl. Thank you, Carl. Love you. Thank you for being a Thane. I also saw, did you see John in the chat a minute ago as well? Mr. McCardle.
Is he on Google ban again?
He's on Google Pay ban again.
Yeah.
If you go in Discord, John, there's a PayPal link. I'm joking. Don't do that, right? We had someone do that in Christmas, and they're also crazy. I had pork loins, chips, and veg with gravy, but always room for a sausage roll, says Captain Mannerings. I'm choice on only things. No choice on only things. I'm joking. So yeah, I think what was the other one? We had another super chat as well from Redacted83. Would an all Berserker army work? Actually, you know what? If you MSU'd 5-man Berserker units with the chain glaives and the banner, what's it called? The icon thing. If you did an icon and a chain glaive and MSU'd 5-man units, maybe had a couple units bigger, and then spam rhinos and put 2 5-man units in each, I'd go like an 8-man unit, loads of 5-man units, Khan, Lord Invocatus, rhinos. That probably would be quite a powerful list. I just struggle with not using 8-bound because 8-bound are so good. So good. So, in fact, 8-bound are so good that we have 3 boxes of 8-bound that Joe are painting, and I've pre-ordered 2 more boxes of 8-bound to add another 6 8-bound to the army. And we've already got 30 Berserkers. I haven't pre-ordered any more Berserkers. We've already got Lord Invocatus, and I have pre-ordered another Lord on Juggernaut. So, I think all Berserkers could work. I'm probably going to buy another box of 10. After I bought another box of 10, I'm probably not going to buy any more Berserkers, to be clear. Right? Sausage, says Dave. What are we talking about sausages for?
So Ozzy's cooking sausages because his curry didn't fill him up. And Dave was talking about food, which prompted Ozzy to turn his sausages. So now everybody's just reminding him that it's time to turn his sausages.
I am hungry.
And then this happens, chat. And then he goes on the kebab find because he starts going.
We can't afford kebabs.
The food shop. We have food in the kitchen. There's fresh fruit. Eat the fruit. Stop it. No one's buying it. No one is buying your pity look. Eat the fresh fruit.
I'm sad. Between World Eaters and Blood Angels, I would say 10th would be largely iterative over restart of the rules. What do you mean? I that word's too clever for me. 8-bound or Exalted. Leah, I think standard 8-bound over Exalted. Exalted get +1 save. No, Exalted get +1 invulnerable save, +1 weapon skill, and they get the option to have double chain fists. But they're not core, which actually is a real problem. 8-bound are core, which makes them so much better because they interact with so many more rules. They interact with rerolls from Khan, rerolls from Demon Princes, stratagems, etc. Just better. So, and you can run them in units of 6. And I just feel like 3 Exalted 8-bound, even with a 4+ invulnerable save, is perhaps just not enough, right? So, Aussie burn sausage, brilliant. So I think normal 8-bound over Exalted 8-bound. Talk says you're always hungry. He's not wrong. Buy Liam's kids kebabs, says Tony Witt. Yeah, here's a new exclamation mark. New exclamation mark. Buy Liam's kids kebabs. Job done. Someone buy him a vegan kebab. John, you can fuck off.
Yeah.
Do we think, Lackey says, do we think they remove the data sheets from World Eaters to increase more sales for new sculpts? The slightly cynical part of me thinks that is potentially something that they would do. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say that is in fact what they've done, because I feel like if we go down that path, but saying that, and I've had hate on this in the comment section before. I've had people get narky me about this particular statement. But you have to remember that GW is a company that need to make money. And so if one of their strategies, and it might not be a good strategy, I'm not saying that this is a right way to operate, but if one of the strategies is that they decide to make you run to make a... Thank you, Kianan, for the hot dog. Brilliant. If one of their strategies is to go, you know what, in order to make this army work, you need to buy new models.
Feed your kids already smile.
Thanks, Ken. They're not getting any kebabs. they're in bed. We've worked out that if we put them in bed at 4 or 5 p.m. with the heating on, they don't need to eat, and then they can just sleep through to the morning.
No.
For the kebab fund.
Thanks, Nordos. Thank you, both of you. You're lovely people. So if we what was I saying? I was saying something. If we look at World Eaters, it could be argued that you probably need to buy new models to make them work, potentially. However, it is possible. It was possible with my old World Eaters to just about make 2,000 points with old models. Despite the fact that I've got a load of stuff that's not usable anymore, I could still make 2,000 points with old models. And so I didn't have to buy new models. I mean, I didn't buy new models just to make YouTube help me even more. They got all sent to me from Games Workshop. But I probably could have made 2,000 points without doing that, right? Now, do I think it's a bad idea that when they drop a new codex, they encourage you to buy new models? No. Would I think it's bad if they drop a new codex and force you to buy new models? That would probably be quite bad. But no one's forcing you to collect this new army. Like, it's not like World Eaters have come out and Games Workshop have said, you can't play 40k anymore unless you play World Eaters. Some people who are already World Eaters players, especially if they're purely World Eaters players, would disagree. They say, well, I have to because I'm a World Eaters player. I get that. I understand that. But on the whole, you have to. So they're not forcing people to. I do think it's a tactic to sell more kits. I do get that. But I don't know if I really blame them for it. They are a business. They need to make money. A lot of people say, oh, multi-billion-pound company, and you're defending them, saying they need to make money. Well, yeah, because if they stop making money, then they stop becoming a company. They just cease to exist. That's how companies die. And then they run out of money, and then we don't have a hobby. There's a lot of entitlement that this is right. Let's go off on this little tangent now. Come on, we're going to go on this little journey. There's a lot of entitlement that exists in the world in general nowadays about how I should get things for free because. And anything that's produced somewhere takes time, effort, and money to produce it. Right? You can remove the money aspect from some of the natural things that the world produces, of course, but for us as consumers, anything that's produced takes time, effort, and money. Do I blame any kind of company for trying to get financial recompense for their time, effort, and money that they've put in? No. Do I think that GW has overpriced and they're arguably taking the piss in terms of what they charge? I mean, in the UK, I think they're taking a little bit of a piss in terms of what they charge. In other countries like Australia and Canada, they're taking a monumental piss with whatever they charge. However, if people are paying it, people will charge it. That's the world. That's the consumer world. Mm-hmm. Okay? There's a lot of people out there that will say, for example, Apple's a rip-off. iPhones are too expensive. But then you look at how many they sell.
Yeah.
If people voted in general, this isn't just 40k now, we can apply this to the wider world. If people voted in general with their wallets, companies would stop charging that much money. So if iPhone 15 came out in 2023, and this is never going to happen. If iPhone 15 came out in 2023 and no fucker bought it, so this actually happened with an Apple product.
Did it?
So Apple released, right, here we go. Here's the tech nerd in me now coming out. Apple released the original HomePod, okay? Now, the HomePod is essentially Apple's version of a large smart speaker. Big, round, grey, fucking ugly-looking motherfucker, this thing. Like our show, because I won't say our Echo show, I won't say her actual name, because then she gets all gobby with me.
Yeah.
They created a smart speaker, right? So they created this large smart speaker, this big round smart speaker, and I can't remember if they marketed it at $350 or $300, right? Big speaker, big fucking thing. Put it on your desk. Now, interestingly, they made some interesting choices with the smart speaker. They didn't put a screen on it. So when you look at the shows, we've got that, there's no screen on it. There's a little round Siri enabled thing at the top that when you talked, it flashed around. Incredible sound. No one faulted the sound. Incredible sound. Yeah. But as a giant smart speaker, was a bit dog shit. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, there's no screen, so it can't show you anything, right?
Yeah.
Second of all, because it's Apple and it's Siri, it doesn't integrate with other things very well. So I don't think you could play Spotify on it. So if you're a Spotify user, you couldn't play Spotify on it. You had to use Apple Music.
What about things like Google Calendars?
I don't know. But Spotify, for example, you couldn't use it. You had to use Apple Music. Now, Apple work very hard to tie you into their ecosystem, but so there's a load of integrations that you can do with these ones, and there's another version which I can't remember who makes it. Google and their Nest devices, etc. Right? So there's a couple of different things that you can do. There's lots of different things you can do with those ones, but you couldn't do that with this Apple Smart Speaker. Then they had other problems. If you left it on a desk.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
She mugged you off. What's black and white and red all over? A penguin blushing. That's what she says. Hang on.
Oh, this is going to be tonight now.
That's too loud. It's too loud. That's pretty loud. Right, we've turned her up. So if you ask her for another joke via colourful postcards, you might hear it now, right? So the other problem they had with this smart speaker that Apple had is if you left it on a desk for any length of time, it stained your desktop with a white ring. Just stains it.
What the?
I don't know why or how.
Oh.
It also didn't have a removable power lead. So because it didn't have a removable power lead, you couldn't like run it through a hole in your desk and sit it on the desk because you'd have to cut a hole big enough for your plug. Okay.
Right.
So Apple, in an unprecedented move, dropped the price by $50.
Did it sell?
Nope. Still tanked. So what they did after that, removed it from sale.
Yeah.
Took it off the website.
I suppose going down any more, you'd probably begin to not even.
So people voted with their wallets.
Yeah.
They dropped the price and removed it from the website. So it actually has.
Turn her off. Turn her off. Turn her off.
They should have allowed we to take a SESM patrol so people could use old models. Sonos beat Apple to it as they integrate with pretty much everyone.
I mean, everyone that's not Apple integrates with most other things, Simon. And I'm saying this is an Apple whore, by the way.
Alexa, buy 50 pounds of potatoes.
Didn't listen. She didn't listen. She mugged you off, Hungry Bert. Had nothing to do with me turning down my chat bot so that she couldn't hear. I'm waiting now. We're all waiting now. This is now.
This is the stream now.
This is now the fun. I've turned chatbot right up. This might wake the kids, but fuck it. This is fun. Come on. Come on. Now the super chat's done. All right, okay. Next
I
my
can't
credit
wait.
card number.
I can't wait to hear Stevens.
Stevens, yeah. The argument of people are buying it, then it is fine is flawed for CA and AU. What choice do those customers have? The company's taking advantage. There isn't choice on no free market. No. So I get that car. I mean, to be fair, they do have choice nowadays. With things like ChinaCast, there is choice. Like most people in those markets, I say most, a lot of people in those markets are using third party or 3D printed and things like that. So they have choice now, but that's a new thing, right? The 3D market now competing with Jebby is a new thing. To be fair.
Alexa, search massive members.
Sorry, Carl, but Luce screamed at the same time, and you didn't put any punctuation in it, so she didn't hear you there either. It's not working for you at the moment, is it?
Too loud.
She needs to hear it.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
Why do ghosts love elevators? It lifts their spirits.
Did we get that, chat? Why do ghosts love elevators? It lifts their spirits.
Ask Alexa what is 100, 100, 100,
Oh, she's not
100
listening.
in Welsh. Trust me, you'll laugh.
Oh, let talks come through. To be fair, talk, that's been searched before, so
By who?
I just saw it in the search history.
Shut up. Definitely wasn't the boys.
No, it wasn't the boys, and it wasn't me.
Can't. 100 in Welsh.
Well, now I say I'm waiting for talk super chat to come through. It's gonna mug me off now, isn't it? I'll turn that back down. Right, Dave's getting silly with it now. Okay.
Trust Dave.
Tweaking audio levels now, just so it's not ridiculously loud that it wakes the neighbours up. Oh, that's too quiet.
Alexa, buy a 20-inch love toy.
No, she's ignored that. Little
Good.
blue thing
She's
came
a
along.
lady.
Little blue thing came along and then she ignored it. Why have I told you that I've got one of these on the desk?
Alexa, what is a bookmarker party?
Sorry, I don't know that one.
She's a lady.
She's a lady.
She's a lady, Dave.
That's why.
Have you seen the yes in the super chat?
Alexa, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
No, she mugged you off again. Mugged you off again. I love the fact that what we've essentially done, right, as an audience, we've got two computers talking to each other. That's the entertainment now. Fuck world eaters. Fuck 40k. We've just got two computers talking to each other. That's it. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, Liberty Fires. Straight in there with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, mate. You're a hero. That puts us on more than 30. That's all I'm telling you. Right, I have to add 5 to the total now. Boop. 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 Thank you, Liberty Fires. You're a hero and I love you. She ignored it because she only orders 24-inch. Brilliant. Brilliant. Dave, you spelt it wrong, says Pickle Nick. Pickle Nick knows.
Alexa, pre-ordered 2024 RelVO ticket.
She's doing a lot of megging you lot off at the moment. The little blue thing comes up.
See, we know whose team she's on.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a thing, isn't there, that you can ask her to say in, like, Dutch? It's on, like, loads of shorts on Facebook and stuff, on Facebook Reels and stuff like that.
If you what?
There's a thing you can ask it to say in Dutch
Okay.
that comes up with something that's pretty grotesque.
Okay.
Does anyone know what it is? What goes round and round then goes pop? A cat in a microwave. This is how the world ends, says Calabogy. You're out of a job, Liam. Yeah, what I'm going to do now, Hungry Bird, is in future on stream, I'm going to go live and go, right, chat, just put the microphone on her and the speaker next to her, and then you can just have conversations. What I will have to do is disconnect my Amazon account, because God knows what will turn up on my doorstep the next day.
Yeah.
It's getting ours now, says Captain Mannerings. So now his is going off in his house. It's dangerous.
I think it was either Britain's Got Talent or X Factor, and Ant out of Ant and Deck introduced one of the acts who was called Alexa, and apparently anyone who was watching that show, their Alexa started to go off. I think it was it before COVID? I remember it making the news, thinking, wow.
Well, I mean, I'm
So
surprised.
nice
She's a
today.
temperamental bitch, to be honest with you. Although she listens to our 5-year-old quite a lot now.
Yeah.
I've heard it. It's funny. Yeah, exactly. All AI will use this stream as justification come Judgment Day of human abuse. Please don't start with Hey Siri. My MacBook will start to go berserk. Well,
Hey Siri.
yeah. Hey Siri, add a reminder tomorrow. There you go. IT would be like when Mikey got chat to spend a K. What? How did he do that? Oh, that was on his credit card, wasn't it? Because he's an idiot. I've heard the one that's something like "Give me ein clap papa" or something. No, it's not that one.
What?
No. It's I can't remember what it is, but it gets her to say something. It starts with "kiss my" and then it's graphic.
Oh.
Right, but it says it in Dutch, so it's actually the translation isn't rude, but the way that it's spoken in Dutch, or I think it's Dutch, is quite rude. Right?
Okay.
Just Craig upgraded his membership to Jarl. What y'all talking about? Because he's a hero. Get access to our Jarl's only giveaway. I need to set that up soon. We've also got 222 viewers, 111 likes. Yeah. That I feel like that means the universe is going to explode. So hit the buttons, people. Right. It's why Skynet launches a nuke. Ask Alexa to translate 12 months of Estonian. Well, we had Alexa.
Mugging you off.
Alexa, what's 100, 100, 100 in Welsh? Why is the kitchen answering? I didn't say in the kitchen. Why is she responding in here to chat, but the kitchen responds to me? Alexa, What's 100, 100, 100 in Welsh?
100, 100, 100 in Welsh is cant, cant, cant.
Beautiful. It's Welsh, people. It's not rude, right?
Yeah. Don't be so small-minded.
It's not rude. James Snellgrove, thank you for gifting a membership. If you've been gifted a membership, come and join us in the Great Hall! !Discord.
Hey Alexa, remind me to feed my kids this Sunday at 4 a.m.
She hasn't listened to you, man, because even she knows that they're not going to get kids. They're not going to get food. She's like, the kids don't get fed in this house. Shut up. I'm painting, wasn't prepared for that. Bubba says mine answered. The kitchen went off, for fuck's sake. Unbelievable.
Calcia, how the fuck did you get mine? It's down the hall.
Powerful voice, that's how. Powerful voice. Exactly, but mine muggly him off though, did it? Well, you know, I can't. I have a powerful voice. It's not that powerful, Keith, right? Obviously. Okay. Right, we're done with that. Anyway, World Eaters book, right? We're back on track, right? We've got 10 minutes to go. Only 61 memberships to go. Just saying. Talking about the Great Hall, buzzing for Great Hall Gathering. It will be really good, Jill, if we sell some tickets.
We've got 10 people coming. It'll be lovely.
It's going to be
and cozy.
intimate right now.
Yeah.
I mean, quite frankly, at the moment, we can cancel Element and just book the fucking pub across the road. We'll just have a fucking meal. At this rate, right? Hey, we're going to sell Great Hall Gathering tickets. Apart from we're not. No one wants to come. Everyone's gone, we're bored of you, Liam. You were so 2022.
Yeah.
Ours heard the "that's beautiful" and said thanks for the feedback in a jingly way. Come on, do the translation, I dare you. Which one, Talk? Which translation? Exclamation mark Sad Joe. We haven't got that one yet. Have you seen Sad Joe? Have you seen that yet?
Sad Joe?
Sad Joe's genius.
What's Sad Joe?
I made I made a pop-up on the stream in next door for the games.
Did you do coding?
No, I just fucked around cleverly on OBS. And if you press a button now on the stream, a little Joe pops up over the dice box, and a speech bubble comes out that says, "I'm a sad Joe." He's just got this like really miserable face. It's genius. I love it. Iniquity has got my ticket. I'm coming. Just waiting on payday. Says Dave. Okay, that's another ticket to go.
Any more news for the gathering?
Oh, we're talking about it now. There you go. We're talking about it now. Big Bad Pig. I'm assuming that's what we're talking about. Right, so.
Hey, can you turn her down a smidge?
I just have. That's quieter, isn't it? Bit more?
Bit more.
Boop, 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 boop. There we go. So, the date is loose.
Sunday the 14th of May.
Sunday the 14th of May is the official day for the Great Hall Gathering. However, we're doing a pub-style quiz in Element on the Saturday night. So the last gathering, we hung out for the Saturday. We did the quiz on the Saturday evening, but a lot of people drove home. We thought we'd mix it up a little bit, right? So if you're going to come to Element on the Saturday evening before, and I would encourage all of you to come to Element on the Saturday evening before, then we're going to do the pub quiz then in Element, because the bar will be open and we can do a proper pub quiz and all get pissed, right? And hopefully, because we're doing a pub quiz, Paddy won't smash beer everywhere. That's,
Yeah.
That's my hope, right? And then on the Sunday, we're going to have a day of just hobbying and hang out and playing games and enjoying ourselves, right? That's what we're going to do. So I think I might do something as well. I might anyone who's a Thane, I might put, or above, I might put their name in a hat and then I might play them at the Great Hall Gathering for a game.
There was a request for a boarding actions game because we took out the Q&A.
We did take out Q&A.
That we all know each other now.
So the Q&A was kind of there so people could quiz us about the channel and the future of the channel, what's going on. And we got to the day and I was like, well, we're going to have to interrupt people's gaming to do it.
Alexa, what is urban fruibing?
No, she's not having that, Biro. She's
She's
a lady.
a lady.
We've said this, all right? Ours is a lady, okay? Despite the fact that she said cunt. Anyway, so people were gaming, so I was like, if we do the Q&A, we're going to have to interrupt people's gaming to do the Q&A, and that just felt a bit egotistical, and that I wasn't comfortable with that. So we stripped it back and was like, we're not doing the Q&A, so rock up in the morning, we're going to do gaming in the morning, lunch provided as part of your ticket, gaming in the afternoon, dinner provided as part of your ticket. There'll be a raffle probably, because we do one almost every time, and then we do the quiz the night before, and there's something else. What am I missing? Or is that everything?
Hold on, let me grab it.
Is that everything? I think that might be everything.
Let me get it up.
Not on stream. Jesus.
I say.
Who's a lady? Kianan, thank you for the gifted membership. You're a hero. Freeze Breeze snapped it up. Come and join us in the Great Hall Discord server. Got my ticket. Looking forward to another glorious quiz, but with beer this time. Exactly, Crisis. Exactly. Wonder if Element will hook up a Lowe's Water Gold Barrel. I assume that's an ale. I don't know. You could ask them. They might do. Translate 12 months in Estonian. Alexa, what's 12 months in Estonian?
12 months in Estonian is 12 kuud.
Cocks taste good.
Oh, I thought she was gonna
Cocks taste good.
January, February, March. April.
Did you not hear that? Brilliant. Apparently, cocks taste good is 12 months.
That is a year.
Yeah, that's a year. It's a Dutch translation for pick my most beautiful side. Chris, that's the one. Have you not heard this before?
What?
Alexa, what's pick my most beautiful side in Dutch?
Pick my most beautiful side in Dutch is
Kies mijn mooiste kant.
Your face, I wish they could see that.
Ooh.
That's the one. That's the one, Chris. You're legend. We're just being rude with Alexa
now.
now.
Lady, you're ruining her. She's supposed to be a lady.
Silver Crow. Alexa saying can't just means they are an Australian lady.
Will you stream playing with your lucky member?
In OnlyFans. Oh, you mean on the gathering? So here's the thing, right? I would love to go to Element and stream games at Element on something like Great Hall Gathering. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a members only video, right? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a members only video on the YouTubes, okay? And I'm going to do a behind the scenes. It will be rough and ready, probably with my phone, but I'm going to do a behind the scenes of the studio. And I'm going to show you all the kit, the equipment, what we use, getting ready for the stream, blah, 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 doing the stream, finishing the stream, and all that kind of stuff, right? And when you see...
Alexa, translate 5010 cockerel to French.
I might have missed part of what you said. If you want to translate something, you can ask, how do I say have a good day in French?
Alexa, how do I say 5010 cockerel to French?
5010 cockerel in French is 50 coq.
I'm feeling very disappointed in you, chat, that you all seem to know these phrases far too at the front of your mind.
I'll do this behind the scenes video. We've dropped viewers because we've just gone off the fucking rails now and been disgusting, right? I will do a behind the scenes video for you members, genuinely, right? And I will show you what goes into a game stream in terms of equipment, etc. And then when I show you that, you'll go, yes, that's not very easy to transport up to Element.
Yeah.
Because it's not. And setting it up, like setting up that stream setup in Element would take me more than a day probably to get it right and dialed in for a game that I then have to collapse it all down and bring it all home. And then I've got to set it up again in the garage so we can stream again. It's just not worth it. It's just not something that's worth doing. Genuinely, you're talking head streams on my painting nights. I'm making a mess of this model now. It's just Craig. I'm so sorry, Craig. I'm so sorry.
Having a cautionary tale from Crisis. You know, this kind of AI baiting is what pushed Skynet over the edge, right?
I don't know. I never watched that. I've never watched Terminator.
I have the itinerary.
You have the itinerary for Great Hall Gathering?
Yeah, 9 o'clock is registration.
Yes, in the morning. This is after the pub quiz the night before. 9 o'clock for registration, no earlier, because we'll all be slightly hungover.
9:30 till 12, free play and hobby.
Yeah, it won't cost you a thing, but free play.
12 till 1 is Subway lunch.
And
then we've got a huge gap from 1 till 4, free play and hobby. And in there originally was the Q&A as well as free play and hobby. But I had a few requests for could you do a boarding actions game? So if you wanted to pick a name out the hat, could it be a boarding actions one? Because it's quick, so it would fit in the slot. No one would feel like they're missing out on the rest of the day.
Boarding actions is super fast. So we could do like winner stays on.
Yeah?
Or something. I don't know.
That could be a good one.
I just wanted to make a member innuendo, says Ozzy.
And then 4 till 5 is our raffle. Possibly not. We'll see. 5 till 6 is pizzas. And then 6 till whenever is drinks and chill. But because there were so many people driving home on the same day, in December.
Yeah, so the evenings just kind of do what you want.
Yeah.
And the gap after lunch as well, we were conscious that when we played at the last one, some people started playing before lunch, paused for lunch, then went back to the game because they were just chilling out, enjoying themselves.
Even if on this Great Hall Gathering you just literally wanted to grab some pizza and
Hello,
go.
you sexy peeps, what have I missed?
So many things, Will. So many things. All the things. You've missed all the things. You're going to have to watch the whole stream back or I won't love you anymore.
I can see... Oh, I don't know. I don't know if we'd be able to do like takeaway pizza boxes. But even if you wanted to just grab some hot pizza for the drive home, that's completely fine as well. Don't feel obliged to stay.
Hungry Bert says, I'm really struggling to concentrate on this development appraisal assignment. Don't try and concentrate on anything whilst we're streaming, right? Andrew says, invite Mikey Hellstorm. He'll stream it for you. I wouldn't like to drop the quality. Games on Saturday, though, we're having a big 3v3 again. So some people are still going to be getting their Saturday. Dave, have you spoke to Element about whether there's space for you to play 3v3 on the Saturday?
There might not be because they've got 2 events.
They've got 2 events on in the day. So if you're planning with other people to play during the daytime, you please make sure you can actually get a table. I would hate for you to turn up at lunchtime and be like, we're over the pub as well playing.
Yeah, we can't start our quiz until 8:30 because those 2 events, their deadline is 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we don't want to tread on toes and
all
of that.
So they've given us permission to run a quiz for them, but they don't want us to start at pre-8 p.m. simply because they've got other events on and we're not, shite, says Dave. Yeah, just give them a call. You never know. They might be like, actually, we've got 5 tables. You'll be okay. And pre-book it. But, or you can play during the quiz, but that's the wrong choice. The right choice is to drink beer and do the quiz. Right? Okay, Kids and Killers off to bed. Night Talk. Thanks for joining us. Have you updated Elements 1 because I think it was still the old one. I don't know if I have actually. I thought I had updated it. Maybe use a DJI stabilizer. That's all you need. We would love it. If I use a DJI stabilizer on my phone to stream, it is still better than a Hellstorm stream than Adrian. Absolutely. Burning my mouth with craft dinner. What's craft dinner? What's craft dinner, Luce? Do you know?
I don't know what craft dinner is.
Oh, craft dinner.
Craft dinner.
Craft dinner.
Craft.
She's such a fucking heathen, chat. 40 members, 60 to go. In fact, actually, don't do 60 more, please. I'm glad John's on block at the moment. I feel safer when John's on block.
Yeah, me too. Much safe.
My wallet doesn't twitch when he's on block.
Has a nervous disposition.
Speak of the devil, and he shall arrive. What events are being played on Saturday? I think there's an RTT and a Kill Tick. No, is it Kill? I can't remember.
Let me get my emails up, see if we can get some Elements, more ticket sales.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's a microwave dinner, a craft dinner.
Is it?
It's so unworldly.
10th edition Rumors. I haven't seen 10th edition Rumors.
This is the only amount it will let me pay. Have you seen the rumors for 10th ed?
Right, I've done something that I swore I would never do, and I've clicked a fucking Spiky Bits link. How old is this article? Oh my god, there is more adverts than oh my fucking god. This is... Right, hang on a minute, let me show you this chat, right? So if I F11 right now, and screen share, look at the state of this. I think someone relies on ad revenue for his website a little too much. Look at the state of this, right? I don't know how up to date this is, and I will add the caveat that this is Spiky Bits, and everything he does is normally shit. Don't miss the spicy rumours on 10th edition. So I'm going to go through this, John, because I didn't know there was 10th edition actual rumours out yet. Let's have a quick look, right? I'm not a playtester anymore, so we can do this, right? Jesus Varak has them. Get with it, old man. Thanks, mate. Thanks for your $5, you fucking cheapskate. Go on, Lise.
It's 40k in Kill Team.
40k in Kill Team. Yeah, it was doing RTT essentially.
It just says 40k.
It's a one-day event, so
yeah.
Rumours. Even though the release it's time to think about what's coming next. Be sure to take a look at the new release. 2 new Primax rumoured. Commander Dante new. Blood Angels rumours. New Space Marines. This all looks wrong already.
Who's
this is
stream
old.
Is this?
Oh no, that's well, it is.
That is an assault on the senses.
It's messy, isn't it? This is all. Oh, so they did the Valrak video. I can't watch the Valrak video. Let's go back.
Well, there's too much going on that.
Comic book 10th edition rumors. Reddit. partially corroborated by Valrak. Now, he denied that on his stream earlier tonight.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he denied. Oh, my... What the fuck is going on now? I want to block notifications on Reddit. Thank you. Oh, let's get rid of that. I don't want you to see my email addresses.
Oh, my God. So, is this optional? Can you take
Ready?
half this
Zoom!
off?
Zoom! We're zooming. We zoomed. Okay. Warhammer 40,000 10th edition is apparently launching on the 24th of June 2023. Starter boxes as Dempsey Astartes versus Tyranids. Promotional art will show them as Dark Angels and High Fleet Leviathan. Dark Angels will receive a model of Lionel Johnson. That wouldn't surprise me. Tyranid players will receive a new model called Apex Swarmlord. Wouldn't surprise me. Narratives does not appear to be a time skip, but expanding on events elsewhere, while the Indomitus Crusade battles the Necrons led by the Silent King arcs of Omen the Lion, with the first step in long-form narrative chain tying both galactic conflicts together. I mean, it's possible, I guess. Core rules are streamlined. Yeah, I mean, the core rules are okay. Sidekick phase and command phase are combined. That makes sense to me. Toughness is now only on data sheets with a heavy armor keyword ability, e.g. Terminators, Rhinos, Dreadnoughts, etc. Generic troops only roll to hit when attacking and save when defending. I hate that if that's the case. Armor pen and vulnerable saves are unchanged. That's a sad.
Spiky Bits is toxic for 40k fact.
Super toxic for 40k fact. Absolutely. Armor Pedant, so Crusade is being simplified and behaves closer to Age of Sigmar's Path to Glory because Crusade is currently shit, and I told them that repeatedly as a Crusade playtester. Detachments, battle forging stratagems, and CP generation have all been simplified or reworked. Would make sense, and is something that we seem to have seen in Codex World Eaters. Game is intended to be faster with smaller units and a much bigger emphasis on terrain. I'm all about that life. That sounds good. Along with the start box, there'll be a new series of terrain intended to scale from small, medium, large-scale games. I do think they need to do more with their terrain, if I'm honest with you, because most people, if they're having a full table of terrain, will rely on third-party terrain from people like, what's the company we use?
For what?
For terrain. You don't know. I don't know why I'm looking at you.
Oh.
They're in Eastern Europe somewhere. GameMat.eu. People like GameMat.eu are where you get your terrain from. A March of War! March. There is a Codex coming for Dark Admech and one for a new Xenos race. Ooh, a new Xenos race. That sounds exciting. The core rules will be free online with 2 variants, narrative and competitive. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting if they actually go down the route of free core rules. I think they should go down the route of free core rules, personally. I do believe that they should use free core rules. Liam, use an ad blocker, you boomer. Easton, as someone who also makes ad revenue, I do not encourage ad blockers, right? But I do think the narrative and competitive should be, as a core rule set, should be free. Like, I do think that should be free. And then if you want add-ons and supplements and campaign books and codexes, that's where you make your money. I do believe that. A second wave of Votan coming along with updated codexes is expected to launch in September. I can see there being more Votan models. I can see them fleshing it out a little bit more. The way Space Marines will receive a codex and rules for chapters is changing completely. Will be explained. Special White Dwarf releasing in May 2023 and closer to release on the Warhammer community website. See, that, as a leak, as a rumour, that just seems a bit shit, right? Doesn't it? The new edition will see Games Workshop. Like, it doesn't seem like that's much in the way of information. They're changing the way they write the rules. Okay, cool. The way new edition will also see GW retiring the current range of texture paints that we replaced by... Oh, I don't care. Who cares about that? No one cares about that, really, right? Let's be honest. Interesting. I mean, I hadn't seen any of those, so I wouldn't consider them leaks necessarily. But corroborated by Valrak. I'm going to send that to him as well. Screen cap it, send it to Valrak. Haha. On WhatsApp. It's interesting.
What does corroborated mean?
Like, he's confirmed it.
Ooh, that's gonna... Ooh. Naughty.
Should we do that? Should we go down the route of doing loads of leak content like Valrak?
No, let's not. But it's also not fair for someone else to say corroborated by and it didn't happen. That's also not fair.
He was on stream tonight saying that he hadn't corroborated anything.
Okay.
So that's the 40k subreddit. I'm not in the 40k subreddit very often at all, to be fair. I've been told I should get in it more, but I think that's also normally quite a toxic place. Of those rumours, let's call them rumours, let's not call them leaks, because if Valrak hasn't corroborated them, then I think at this point they're only rumours. Dark Angels being a lead, I'm not sold on simply because we had a Dark Angels lead box back in, I think, 7th edition. That being said, I am expecting to see the Lion return, right? So that wouldn't surprise me at all if the Lion returned. if we're then talking about another Demon Primarch, I think we all probably, even without any room or anything, know for a fact.
I'm ready to go Krieg deep with Dark Mech.
Krieg deep with Dark Mech's a great statement. So if we then look at Demon Primarchs, I think it's no surprise to anybody at all that we're probably going to see Fulgrim in the future. Like, that's not like a rumor, that's just like almost a guarantee, right? And then I think if we can I ever see them removing toughness from a...
Jill. Liam's gonna batter John.
Does he just get... I thought you couldn't. I thought you couldn't do it, John.
He's off his ban.
How has he gone off his ban in the space of the stream?
He's just said it above there, Jill. That's so funny. He's put, oh, I'm off pay ban. Just happened. Ha 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 ha.
How do you know you're off? How? Who goes? I'm going to test if I'm off pay ban by gifting 50 memberships. You're not normal, John. It's not normal. You are right. I'm honestly gonna fly out to the US and then fucking Rochambeau you at some point. So losing strength versus toughness, I feel like that's just a core 40k mechanic. Is there any grey names left? Right, Golden Blade, I'll let you into a secret, right?
Look at the fear in his eyes, chat.
YouTube gives me statistics, okay? YouTube gives me lots of statistics. And because of gifted memberships, which I'm internally grateful for, like genuinely internally grateful for, because of gifted memberships, we have this really weird roller coaster that happens. And sometimes it looks really, really good. It looks amazing, right? Sometimes it looks amazing, but sometimes it's terrifying. And yesterday morning, because I look at my YouTube statistics every single day, because I do this as a job, so I need to keep an eye on everything. And yesterday it showed me that we were at minus 430 members, which means 430 people had taken gifted memberships and then had let them run out and not chosen to become a member themselves. I couldn't at the beginning of the stream, swear to God. Fucking John. He's going to go stat 8. Yeah, wow. Embrace the change and let toughness go. I don't know. Will it though? Will it? You remove the toughness as AOS. But they're not removing it. They're keeping it for terminate. Like, I feel like, considering if we look at those rumors, lots of those rumors are saying things like streamline, make it faster, quicker, smaller units. But by removing toughness from line troops, but keeping them on terminators and anything with the heavy armor keyword, that's overcomplicated, right? So I don't know how to find the thingy to get gifted memberships on the phone app. So if you, where the little present icon is from when John gifted, if you click on it and click allow gifts, it should allow you to do that. Or Paladin, you could just become your own member for 5 of your finest English pounds. I can't get on iPhone. I can't gift an iPhone. Someone get the 100. If you want to gift 100, you can gift 100, Carl. That's fine. People are not honouring the spirit of the gifted memberships. Re-up cheapskates, says John. Well, that's so logically. I mean, as a man who comes in and drops 50 so frequently, mate, I mean, no one's quite on your level. But that's the logic, right? That's the theory behind gifted memberships. Is if you get in a month, let's say in a month you get 500 gifted memberships, which is our target for this month. Let's say that actually happens and that's successful. Let's say we get 500 gifted memberships. Okay. If I can convert half of those to paying customers, and then next month we get 500 gifted memberships, and I can convert half of those to paying customers, and then next month, if I could do that throughout the year, and if everyone who was a subscriber went and got 10 other people to be a subscriber, and of those 10 people, 2 became members because of gifted and one of them stayed, and that carried on, then by the end of the year we'd be at 100,000 subs, and we'd have enough members to employ a full team of people, right? That's what logically should happen. But hobbyists, with the exception of people like John McArdle, hobbyists are incredibly cheap unless they're buying plastic crack from Games Workshop.
It's the weirdest phenomenon.
I will not pay £5 for your membership.
No toughness in EOS. Weapons have a wound roll.
Yeah, I don't like it, James, personally. I will not pay £5 for this membership, despite the fact you're entertaining me all month. Oh, £100 on a model, I'll do that. Anyway, thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Dan McPhee. Thank you, Easton, for gifting more. I'm not going to tell you how many more,
Carl's
but thank you for gifting more.
suggesting More nipple, Liam. That'll keep them.
Will keep them? I don't think it will. I think it'll probably frighten them off. So I have to add 4 is 90, and then 3 is 93, and then 50 is, math, 240. Okay. We're good. Maths with Liam. Halfway through the month, halfway through the membership goal. I think we're going to fail it this month, actually, chat, right? Nick Shipley, I sub to Valrak and times are hard. I mean, that's the wrong choice, though. That's the wrong choice. Valrak said he had heard about the dates, the combined phase, and something else. The combined phase makes sense to me. I actually kind of like the combined phase, if I'm honest with you. That does simplify it. I don't know. I actually here's a controversial opinion. I actually preferred it when the psychic phase was done in the shooting phase and you could do one or the other. Like, that's what I prefer.
Ben says, okay, you've convinced me. I'll cancel my membership and just use the free ones.
No, Ben, that's not the point, Ben. That's not what we're saying. I subscribe to DZ. Well, you're a hero, Stephen. Thank you. Rely on gifted memberships to be here. You're still a hero because you subscribe to DZ, right? But if you had to pick one, if you had to get rid of one and pick one, it would be this channel. Do you think the new terrain rules will offset loss of toughness, stat on some models like light infantry will get cover saves, etc.? I hope so. Mandy says, I only sub to VT and Liam. You're a hero. I love you.
Aww.
Mandy, I love Mandy very much. She's awesome. I don't like. She also gets very excited at chat plays, and she makes us dance for her, basically. Honestly.
The VT game finished 100 to 73. Angron came back 3 times. Lol. I need a Void Dragon that's like $170, right?
Is it? Is it? I have a built Void Dragon. If I could send it to you, I would.
You need to offer a perk that helps people sneak models into the house past their better halves. That would get everyone converting.
We'll get Joe as a terrible delivery man. And we'll offer a package. We'll offer like a, I don't know, like £100 a month membership package. And then anything you order gets delivered to Joe's house. And then he'll deliver it. And we'll have to make it in such a way that they don't know that it's, they have no idea that it's actual more models.
If we could abscond a Tesco's van, or like one van from each supermarket, and then you let us know which supermarket you shop at, and then Joe can deliver it in that van, and like the wife will just welcome it in because it looks like the
so
food shop.
if we buy a van, no, so now we need more super chats to buy the van.
Yeah.
If we buy a van with a magnetic side, and then we'll just get him an Asda magnet, a Morrison's magnet, a Tesco's magnet.
Yeah, all the magnets.
So when you put your order in and it delivers to Joe's house, the first name, instead of putting Joe on the first name, put the first name of your supermarket. It'll be like Morrison's Coles or whatever, right?
Okay.
And then he'll know that he's put the big magnetic Morrison sign on. Then he can rock up in his Morrison's uniform.
Yeah.
And then he'll deliver your models in Morrison's bags.
And then they're in.
Then they're in. There you go. We've business idea.
And then because they didn't come in the packaging of GW, there's no bag, you didn't leave the house. So they will never know that you bought more plastic crack. It's in the house.
Yeah.
It has slipped under the radar. And try and time it with your actual food shop as well.
Yeah.
So, because otherwise it just looks random. Like, why have you chosen home delivery for one bag?
Someone said I can't figure out how to upgrade your membership, Soil50. If you're on, I don't know how you do it on your, depends on how you got your membership in the first place, whether it's like via your smartphone or on the website. But on the website, on the homepage, you go to perks and then there's a little cog. You click cog and click manage membership.
I think I've super chatted about £1,500 in total. I'm happy to switch to membership if you prefer. Wow, I can buy more super crack that way.
You can come and be a Thane, Kai. And then still super chat. I'm joking. You could.
Here in Tabletop Tactics are the best value for money each month. Great content. I enjoyed Brom's fumbling last night.
I mean, comparing us to Tabletop Tactics is a fucking honour, quite frankly, because those guys are incredible. So thank you, Son of Us. That's actually a really nice thing. I love Lawrence and the team. I was actually watching their premiere today of Angron versus Everyone. Because they're amazing. I love the Tabletop Tactics team. They're beautiful humans. And if you're not subbed to Tabletop Tactics, go ahead on over to Lawrence at Tabletop Tactics and sub to their channel. He was one of the first channels I ever watched before I started YouTube back in 2004. when did I start watching him? 2014, maybe before then, maybe even earlier than then. And his journey, watching where he's gone from where he is just incredible. The improvements he's made is insane. So, like, Lawrence is amazing. What I do want is to have a studio akin to his in the future that isn't a tiny little garage. But I'm actually really proud of us. Like, the shit we kick out of that garage, considering it's a single... The amount of people that come into our garage and went, I didn't realise it was this small. I'm like, I know.
When we had to have the boiler checked in November...
Dress up Joe like a mariachi. Look it up if you don't know what that is, and have him deliver the models in a piñata.
I might get him to dress like that for a stream just because you suggested it.
Just be open with the wife how much you spend.
That's a
terrible idea.
No one listen to Will. That's a stupid
idea.
That's a stupid idea, right?
That's a one-way ticket to the sofa.
Yes, do not do that because you'll be kicked out and they'll all be sold. Don't listen to Will. Hashtag don't listen to Will, right? That's a new thing.
Shush, Will.
Shush, Will. No one listen to Will. Hashtag don't listen to Will.
When we had to have the boiler checked in November, I volunteered you. I was like, you can show him the garage. I'm not taking him in there. So I have nothing to do with it. I wash my hands of it. I will not be answering questions about what's in the garage.
Right. Well, I have to say a big thank you to Plastic and Paint who gifted another membership, Dan McPhee who gifted a membership. And then Eston gifted 5 memberships, which I'm a man of my word and I'm honest, took us over the 100 memberships for the stream night.
Oh, they're a good bunch.
They're not a good bunch. I paid my tax bill.
They're a good bunch.
They're not a good bunch. They're a good bunch of cunts. And the second that fucker John came in with 50, I already opened the giveaway bot. I was like, the second those 50 came in, I was like, these fuckers are going to do it tonight now. They just are. The second I was like, let's stream till 10:30. Why not? We're enjoying it. It's a good stream. It's flowing nicely. I feel like we can keep going. They've done it. Yeston just come in and gifted 5 more. That means that at some point before we go tonight, I will click the giveaway button on Nightbot, and then it will announce in stream who's won a £100 voucher for Games Workshop or Element, depending on which country you're in, etc. Right? So all you got to do is be a member, be in chat, and make a comment. HMRC are propagates. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. So it's there. We're ready to go, but sad.
I was also joking, of course. I just need to find a way to up my super crack game.
Super crack. I love that that's now a thing. 95 to go to the next giveaway, says Yestin. Pack it in, right?
You guys are the first YouTube channel I've ever felt compelled to subscribe to. Absolute diamonds, the lot of you.
Leaks Feeks, you're a hero. Thank you so much. Love you very dearly. Look at all these nice things people say. Right, I'm going to stay here for the next 7 minutes. Whilst you just all say nice things to me. That's what we're going to do now. Is a bunch the right collective term for the C word? Yeah?
Oh, should we Google?
What's the collective noun?
What is...
Here's where we start losing subs and viewers, right? What's the collective noun for cunts?
Collective noun for see you next time.
Okay. Did you put that in? It's got to be an Urban Dictionary, surely. It's bunch.
Oh, there is one.
It's bunch.
It's called a Darcy.
A Darcy?
A Darcy of
no.
see you next time.
That doesn't. A Darcy of cunts isn't
it's
the same.
Right there.
No, wrong.
Right
Liam is paying for Liz Truss's
there.
retirement. James, I'm going to have fucking words with you, right?
Oh, or a shower.
Jill says the collective noun is a bunch or bucket. I like the second one.
Well, here it says collective noun is a shower or a Darcy or a cult.
I like the second. I like a bucket. A bucket of
or a garage.
A shower is what? A clutch? A gaggle? A gaggle's a great one. A Darcy, how disappointing. Yeah, absolutely. Not Darcy, it's Wargate, Mr. Stalkerverse. Did Joe check his engine? What for? What for? A part of a Darcy, how fancy. I love bucket. A shower is a great one as well. Oh, there's too many. I'm going to use all of them tomorrow night. I thought it was managers. It's not very nice, is it? Love the lunchtime stream, says Inside Out Miniature Painting. I'm super proud of those, actually. Steve Rackus chose to spend his own money at Jarl. Hero. What are y'all talking about? Legend. Or I dread to think over the course of the last 12 months how many Joeisms I've picked up.
I almost don't see them anymore.
It's horrendous how many Joeisms I've picked up.
You and Joe. They say this about people who've been married for a long time, that you kind of turn into each other because you've been around each other for so long. And I think now you and Joe are slowly turning into this war gaming married couple.
It just makes me laugh.
Pick up each other's stuff all the time.
There's things I say now when I'm not even playing on camera that it's just things we say on stream. We need to make stream bingo. That needs to be a thing. Alex, thanks for the super chat. Is there anything you wanted to say, or was that it? A bunch of guns. Steve pieces a bunch of guns. Astarius? I mean, yeah, okay.
That's so mean.
He did say sorry, mate, afterwards, right? So we'll let him off. Just the one, actually. Yeah, that's. I mean, he's killed me. He's ruined it for me. You definitely do pick up mannerisms from your social circle. I'm horrendous as well. I'm horrendous at like appropriating other like accents or like what they called. They're called colloquialisms.
Oh, I don't.
I think that's what they're called. That's what they're called. Low or GM, says Jeremy.
Babe, you know what my GCSEs were. I don't know why you're asking.
Okay, says they do say owners resemble their dogs.
Who's the dog then, you or Joe?
You heard this, chat? Have you heard this? Jesus Christ, Mr. the Land Fortress, exactly. Joe is Liam's work wife. He 100% is, yeah. No, absolutely. Right. That's the problem. Exactly that. You see, you all know them. You all know them already. 7 is a Titans thing. They force that on me. Colloquialisms, yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Thank you for the heart, Chris. Love you too. You're all amazing people. I'm not gonna we're gonna keep streaming until we hit £1,000. I'm joking. Right. So we got there, and then we had 3 and 9 is 12. So that's 6. That's 56. 56 now. 56. There we go. Okay, we're over halfway for the members' goal for this month. Right, it's for you to keep me doing this. You guys need to keep me doing this.
Ooh, I have a question for you.
Who is playing who tomorrow? I'm playing Joe tomorrow night. I'm also playing Joe tomorrow daytime for DZTV, but I'm playing Joe tomorrow night on stream. We are thinking of going Arcs of Omen Grand Tournament instead of Tempest of War tomorrow night for World Eaters again. Just a yes or no if you want us to go Grand Tournament in chat. Yes or no is all I want. Go. What?
Are you streaming on Valentine's night?
I feel like it's a trap.
It's a question.
The face makes me think it's a trap.
Are you streaming on Valentine's night?
Is it a trap? Chat, is it a trap? Now the thing is, now I've said is it a trap, they're all saying yes, but they're replying to my question about being Grand Tournament. Okay.
It's definitely a trap.
Leaks is up today. They're all still saying, oh my god. Abacus for Liam, says Jill. Careful, Liam, it's a trap, says Dave. It's a trap. So it is a trap. So am I supposed to say no? John, you can't say no and yes, and then no, and then maybe, and then yes. Fucking child. Honestly, is the way out, brother. Why?
I'm just, because there was chat in the kitchen that you might not. So are you or are you not?
I hadn't planned to cancel it.
Okay. Noted.
What do you mean noted?
Noted.
Well, this is awkward.
No, it just frees me up for March the 14th. I shall go out and maybe go out with the girls. And
so are you then saying
Oh, it's just a question, baby. It was just a question.
So if we then cancel the stream...
No, it was a question. You do what you need to do. Don't you worry about me.
Stream? Should we stream? Yeah. Dead man walking, says James. Right. We're about to go into loose facts because it is in fact 10:30. Mandy is about to interrupt us with a beautiful super chat. I don't know what it says. Chat's moving so fucking quickly now.
Air games.
The correct answer, Liam, is no, baby. I have a babysitter and plans for us to spend a nice night together with a romantic dinner and a shopping trip for you.
You better re-roll that decision on Valentine's Day.
Air game says, oof, you've done fucked it now.
You can come on stream.
No, thank you.
Well, you know, I tried, chat.
Thank
I
you.
tried. Okay, but we'll cheer everybody up right now. We'll cheer everybody up by pressing the roll it button. We've got 100 plus people who are eligible for this giveaway, for this voucher that I can't fucking afford. So you're just going to have to wait till the end of February, right? But you'll get it. Bang. Nurgle Pete. Who's Nurgle Pete? Are you in chat, sir? Well, you must have been in chat. Nightbot, Nurgle Pete has won the giveaway. We love you, you big bearded head, Steve Deborah. Thank you, Adrian. I love you too. How are the kids? How are the little ones? Cancel the stream in exchange for 2024 LVO tickets.
Oh, no. No, so sorry. They're not even in the same league. I'm really sorry, chat. You need to, this is apples and pears we're talking about here.
No clean sheets on Valentine's Day. People still remember the clean sheets conversations that we used to have.
Yeah. Fresh sheets night. There's nothing like it.
Is Nurgle Pete still in chat? Because you've won yourself a voucher, sir. You've won yourself a voucher. Talk to me. Oh, he's in chat. He says, woohoo. Cool, perfect. You're a member. He must be, because you won the giveaway.
He can't stream 14th, taking Joe out for a meal.
Yeah,
so
true.
please, Nurgle Pete, reach out to me on Discord. Message me on Discord. Come and hang out with us. If you're not already in the Discord server, come and hang out with us. Then message me directly on Discord and I'll sort you out a voucher. What I need to know is what country you're in currently and what your email address is so I can sort you out a voucher of some sort, right? If you're in the UK or EU, I want to know if you're happy with an Element Games voucher instead of Games Workshop because it will go further for your money, right? And I'll sort that voucher out sometime soon. You beautiful people. Right. I don't think I've fixed the routing.
The routing?
Yeah, for the voice effect. I haven't tried to fix it since.
Yeah.
Firmware update available. It's updated the firmware like 14 fucking times. So if we go into outputs and we go into routing and processing, we go into mic number 2. Where's mic number 2? Mic number 2, USB 1 is a main mix minus. And if we go into processing, the master, it's not that one, is it? I didn't want to press that. Let me go monitor root. Okay. Right, chat. I need to see if Lucy's voice thingy now works. I don't know if it will. I'm going to try it.
Could the bearded man with the pineapples please stop stroking them?
Are you going to put your volume on or do I have to?
Oh, you're on. Say something. It's doing it now in here.
What? Where's it? Where's it coming out of?
Your microphone.
This doesn't make any sense. What's happening?
Oh, we've been bugged.
And now if I do this, it stops again.
Yeah.
Not working for Luce. But I don't understand. We can hear it in here. I don't understand what's happened.
We can hear it on Liam's mic.
Hello. Where's that coming out of?
Your microphone.
I don't understand. Why? What? It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to turn it off. That doesn't make any sense. How can I hear it? I'm very confused right now.
You look it.
It doesn't work for you, though. That's the problem.
That's okay. I can just do my improv again. Are you ready?
I will fix it. It keeps telling me it needs a firmware update. Every time I run the firmware update, it then tells me it needs another firmware update. But, right, go for it.
My improv.
Do your improv supermarket voice.
It snows metal on planet Venus.
Why
See,
doesn't...
nobody knew. They didn't know the difference.
Why doesn't it work for you? I don't understand. Settings. Show, display, faders, output, system, smart pads. No, that's not that one. Smart pads, megaphone, edit, name, color, edit. Oh, hang on. Wait, what? Right, hang on. Right, you ready, Luce?
Oh, you want me to say it again?
Do it.
No, because it's your one again. Talk again.
Yeah, but...
See, it's you again.
But I've just mapped it to you.
No, it's your microphone that's doing it.
But I've just mapped it to you. Edit. This is great television, isn't it, team? Why did it put it back on me? Right, hang on.
It snows metal on planet Venus.
How can I hear it?
It's coming out of my microphone.
It doesn't make any sense. It's a microphone. I'm so fucking confused.
Turn it off, though. Yes, noble Nairb. Have I said that?
I don't know what's going on there. It's broken. Right, team, it's broken. Anyway,
You broke it.
good old Blighty says Nuggle Pete.
Factory reset it before doing the firmware update.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. Good old Nuggle Pete's in chat, so he has said he's UK based. Please let me know if you want help with Element Games. Just DM me on Discord, mate. Give me your email address and I'll get that sorted for you. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. What was the fact? You've said it like 3 times.
It snows metal on planet Venus.
Is that true?
Yeah, Mercury.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not. You thought you said Venus. Right, you guys have been incredible. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, even if you've cost me fucking money, you bastards. There's a strong possibility in the near future I might have to stop this stupid voucher nonsense, right? Microphones are pretty much the same as speeches. Speakers, don't give me this wizardry, right? We're not doing that. Alexa taking revenge, yeah, exactly. I sort of fixed it, but now I didn't really fix it. I'm going to have to try and fix it again. Who knows? Thank you so much for watching. Lucy, do you want to add anything before we go and say goodbye to these beautiful people?
No.
Buy GHG tickets, you cheapskate fucks.
No.
Why did
You
you-
asked nicer than that.
Why did you hold that silent then for me to read it?
I didn't.
Prove it. Prove that you didn't. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got another live game of World Eaters versus something. I'm thinking about giving Joe the guard, because they're currently super popular, doing guard versus World Eaters and doing, well, you've basically voted that we're going to be doing Arcs of Omen Grand Tournament, okay? It'll be the first time we've done Grand Tournament out to the general public. So look out for that tomorrow evening. Tomorrow daytime, Joe and I are filming World Eaters versus something for DZ that will go live next Tuesday. Okay, so lots of World Eaters content. Obviously, Friday is 40k After Dark. Thought about cancelling it because we've got Beachhead on Saturday and Sunday. If you're at Beachhead, if you're in Bournemouth, you're at Beachhead, come and say hello. But we're not going to cancel 40k After Dark. We'll keep it. So we'll see you then as well. So lots of stream, lots of content, lots of fun. You're amazing. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. We will donate 10% of our super chat profit to Models for Heroes. Thank you to everybody who gifted memberships and everyone who chose to become a member. That's super important to us. Thank you so much. And I think that's everything, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Right. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Pack it in. Pack that nonsense in, right? But thank you. But pack it in, but thank you.